Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. So we have finally finished the schedule previews for our early Gridiron Expert Top 25. And today I just kind of wanted to combine all of those 25 teams that we reviewed, all those 25 teams that we had an individual video for, kind of combine them into one giant poll, just like we do during the regular season, to kind of give you a brief overview and a brief recap of everything we discussed for the last few weeks. And then, guys, we will take a little bit of a short break. We'll have one video out later this week as a bit of an announcement, but we'll take a little bit of a short break to prepare for prediction season. So we'll be off the grid for a week or two because predictions will start near the end of the month, and then from then, we're going. Predictions nonstop that will take us right into the beginning of the college football season, and then you know that when the season starts, it's nonstop content 24/7 right here at the Gridiron Expert. So really quick, let's take a look at the top 25 that we have just been going over for about the last month or so. Start up here at the top with Clemson. Again, these are our way too early top 25. This is my Gridiron Expert too early top 25. And we've got Clemson coming in at number 1. We just went over their schedule preview the other day. The FPI giving them an 11-1 record, a 15.4% chance to win the national championship. Yes, they lose so much, but so much comes back. They have a budding star in DJ Uiagalelei at quarterback. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with, some say even better than Trevor Lawrence. The same can be said for Alabama in at number 2. Mac Jones is gone. So much offensive firepower is gone. A lot of high expectations, a lot of excitement surrounding Bryce Young, the brand new quarterback down in Tuscaloosa. Yes, the reigning champs are number 2 on our list, but they are the national championship favorites according to the FPI. 30.8% chance to win the national championship. And they will be the favorites until someone knocks them off, until someone proves them otherwise. After that, Oklahoma. They have a 25.7% chance to win the national championship, according to the FPI. That's the second highest odds, only behind Alabama. Spencer Rattler returns. Kennedy Brooks is back. Lincoln Riley is there. Alex Grinch continuing to do a great job with the defense. And again, the schedule lines up very favorably for the Sooners, guys. They finished the year on an 8-game winning streak. Carry a lot of momentum into 2021. Some even have them going undefeated this season. They are absolutely a playoff contender. Oklahoma actually has a 73.2% chance to just make the playoff, according to the Football Power Index. Rounding out our top 4, Georgia. Georgia, the Bulldogs of the SEC, 17.2% chance to make the college football playoff. They have found their missing piece, quarterback JT Daniels. That's what they've been missing for so many years now. He's a guy that can spread the field for them. And let's keep in mind, they just added Arik Gilbert, the transfer tight end from LSU, another huge pass-catching threat for an offense that was going to be lethal enough as it was. Georgia is a legit threat to make the playoff this year and contend and maybe win their first national championship since 1980. Ohio State at number 5. They are giving them a 45% chance to make the college football playoff. FPI actually has the Buckeyes at 10-2. The major question for them is, how do you replace Justin Fields? One of the best wide receiver duos, if not the best wide receiver duo in the country, with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. They've got to find a quarterback to get them the ball. The defense has to step up too. Iowa State in at number 6. FPI has them at 10-2. I love this team. I love Matt Campbell. 19 returning starters from last year's squad that won 9 games and annihilated Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. This is the team you need to watch out for. You can see 2 Big 12 teams in our top 6, Oklahoma and Iowa State. Those are the top 2 teams in the conference as well. And to me, the only 2 teams in the Big 12 that have a legitimate shot at making the college football playoff. Texas A&M in at number 7. FPI has them at 9-3. Can they finally get over the hump, beat Alabama, maybe win the SEC West? The Crimson Tide do come to College Station on October 9th. North Carolina in at number 8, also 9-3 in the FPI. The Tar Heels led by one of the better quarterbacks in the country in Sam Howell. Avoid Clemson, obviously, in the cross division. They're the coastal favorites. Might not have to play Clemson until the ACC championship game. If North Carolina is able to run the table, for the most part, they might lose a game, just one. If they can just lose one game or run the table, they are absolutely college football playoff contenders. The schedule really not that bad for the Tar Heels in 2021, and the talent is there to make a run. Indiana in at number 9. Out of all the teams that we've discussed so far in the top 10, the FPI projects them to have the worst record. They have the Hoosiers in at 8-4. Don't know if we agree with that yet. You'll find out when we do predictions. But the Hoosiers in at number 9, high expectations in Bloomington. Cincinnati, the highest ranked Group of 5 team in our top 25. The Bearcats have a road game in Indiana, a road game at Notre Dame. They play in the American. They went to the Peach Bowl last year, nearly beat Georgia, are riding that momentum and riding that chip on their shoulder after that loss to Georgia into 2021. If they run the table, maybe if they just go 11-1, they will have a shot and they will have a case for the college football playoff. The Bearcats are legit. That's why they're 10th. They are a top 10 team. All right, we'll run through the rest of the top 25 relatively quickly here. Iowa in at number 11. High expectations for them, right? Just like Oklahoma, finished extremely strong on a 6-game winning streak to end 2020. Wisconsin in at number 12. They got rattled by COVID last year. We're going to be a very solid team. May have even won the Big Ten West last year had COVID not run rampant through Madison. That's not going to be the case this year. Graham Mertz is back, elite defense is back, and the Badgers have a very, very, very easy and manageable schedule. Only 1 or 2 games in there that you can consider toss-ups. You have Oregon in at number 13. Pac-12 North favorite for some. They've got to watch out for Washington at number 16. Oregon, though, has won the last 2 Pac-12 championships. USC in at 14. They are the Pac-12 South favorites. They have to watch out for Arizona State, who we have in at number 25. So each of those Pac-12 divisions, guys, are somewhat wide open. The guys that are considered favorites aren't considered favorites by much. You have Notre Dame in at number 15. They are back as an independent. Last year they were in the ACC. Fighting Irish, again, back as independent, playing a myriad of Pac-12 and ACC teams. Can they get back to the college football playoff? That all remains to be seen on how their offense plays. Ian Book is gone. Lose a lot of key starters from that offense from last year. Might end up starting Jack Cohn, the Wisconsin transfer. But the biggest addition for the Fighting Irish this year was defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman, who Brian Kelly stole from Cincinnati. Washington in at 16th. We mentioned them. Practically everybody is back for Jimmy Lake up in Seattle. And this was a Washington team that should have won the Pac-12 North last year, should have been in the Pac-12 championship last year, but they got hit by COVID. They had to give up their spot to Oregon. The Huskies have a chip on their shoulder because of that. They have the talent to win the North this year. They host the Ducks in November. Ole Miss at 17. FPI only has them at 7-5, but the Lane train is chugging. It's moving. They've got one of the better quarterbacks in the land right now, I believe, in Matt Corral, as long as he can cut down on those turnovers. If the defense steps up just a little bit, the Rebels could be in for a very special season, at least a season they have not had in a long, long time. Louisiana in at 18. So we've got another Group of 5 team here. We have a handful in our Final 5 as well. But Louisiana, we saw them upset Iowa State last year. They opened the season against Texas. Can they get another season-opening victory over a top 20 Big 12 team on the road? One of the most underrated and intriguing games of Week 1. Texas in at 19. The Steve Sarkisian era begins down in Austin. It's going to be very, very exciting, and he certainly has the offensive talent. He's an offensive mastermind. Offensive talent to make some noise in the Big 12. Anywhere from maybe 8 to 10 wins this year for the Longhorns if things go their way. Can't afford to overlook the Raging Cajuns, though. Florida in at 20th. They lose Kyle Trask. They lose Kyle Pitts. They lose their wide receivers. They lose offensive linemen. What will the offense look like in 2021 with Dan Mullen and with Emory Jones now running, really under center, running this offense? That's the million-dollar question for Florida. How does the offense adjust after losing so much firepower from one of the best offenses in the country in 2020? And additionally, how does the defense respond after an abysmal 2020 campaign? Florida in at number 20, though. Not the favorites in the East this year, though. Miami in at 21. De'Aaron King, will he come back healthy at the beginning of 2021? If he's not, he'll sit out against Alabama. Many project that to be a loss for the Hurricanes anyways. But can Miami win the Coastal over the likes of Virginia Tech and over the likes, certainly, of North Carolina? LSU in at 22. They went just 5-5 last year. The FPI hates them, going just 7-5 according to the FBI. We strongly disagree with that. One of the best secondaries in the country this year, led by Derek Stingley. Miles Brennan will be back under center for the Tigers. Watch out for LSU. They might not replicate the success they had from 2 years ago, but they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the SEC. They're not going to repeat the disappointment that was 2020. Coastal Carolina is a team that can repeat the success that was 2020. Grayson McCall back under center for the Chanticleers. Jamie Chadwell back as head coach for the Chanticleers. Very, very favorable schedule for Coastal Carolina. One where many could see them going undefeated, maybe just one loss before they maybe play Louisiana in the Sun Belt Championship game. Watch out for Coastal, guys. If things go their way, they will be in the hunt for a New Year's Six bowl game. Liberty in at 24, another independent, but a team that can contend for a New Year's Six bowl spot. Malik Willis back at quarterback, led all FBS quarterbacks in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns last year. Hugh Freeze is back. The big storyline for Liberty is not the success that they might have in 2020 or 2021, but it's the fact that at the beginning of November, they play at Ole Miss, the Hugh Freeze reunion in Oxford. Liberty is going to be a very fun team to watch. That game alone could be a top 25 matchup and could be a very underrated and scary game for the Rebels. And then finally, Arizona State. The FPI has them at 9-3 in 2021. We love Herm Edwards. We love Jaden Daniels. They host USC this year, guys, and that game could very well determine who wins the Pac-12 South. The Sun Devils, this is the year that if they want to break through, they have to do it. The talent is there to do it, and the schedule certainly lines up for it as well. So, guys, that was just a very brief overview of our early Gridiron Expert Top 25. We will not have another one of these until later on in the season. We'll break down the AP polls. We'll break down the playoff polls. We won't put out our rankings, though, until later in the season. So this is what you've got right now. And if you want some brief analysis on each of these teams individually, if you want to look at what their schedule is like, what the FPI has them like, go take a look at all of our individual schedule preview videos, guys. We did a video on every single one of these teams, so don't miss out on that. Go take a look at all of them. And again, guys, we'll be back out here later in the week. We're going to break down some things that are coming to the channel, some new things that are coming to the channel. We'll be off the grid for about a week or two, and then it's prediction season. Year 5 of Gridiron Expert Predictions, guys. It's going to be one of the best seasons yet. So, guys, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. And if you haven't already, hit that notification bell, guys. Because, again, when predictions start near the end of this month, you're not going to want to miss any single one of those videos. I can promise you that. It's one of the best times of the year. We love it. We know you love it. A lot of great discussion, a lot of great debate. So don't miss out on it. Just hit the notification. Get those video notifications. Hit that bell. Also, make sure to check out everything down in the description below. We're going to be adding stuff to that very soon. So make sure to keep checking that for exclusive offers and content, not just in the offseason, but during the college football season as well. Promise you're not going to want to miss out on that. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.